Good morning students, myself Shailesh Tripathi. Today we will discuss about the questions which will asked in your board examination. There are 5 sections in your questions papers. First section, section A, which consists 16 questions, that is objective type questions, in which 12 questions are multiple choice and 4 questions are assertion reason types. Second section, section B, consists 5 questions, that is very short answers type questions, and section C consists 7 questions which are short answer type questions, and fourth sections consist 2 questions, that is case based study questions, and the third sections consist long answer type questions, and the total number of questions in your questions paper is 33, and they are divided into into parts, that is question number section D divided into 1 2 3 4 passage based questions, that passage is written and then divided into questions. Some of the questions are short type, very short types, and numerical types. We will discuss about some numerical type questions which is asked in your examination, or concept based questions which is asked in your examination. One of them I will mention on board, that is the conversion of molecule X to Y follows second order kinetics. If concentration of X increased 3 times, how will it affect the rate of formation of Y? The question is conversion of molecule X to Y. A molecule that is X which is converted into Y. X is converted into Y and it follows second order kinetics. Second order kinetics. Then what is the meaning of it? That these reactions follow second order kinetics. The meaning of this is that the rate is proportional to x square. Rate is proportional to x square. It means x follows second order kinetics. That is, the conversion of x into y follows second order kinetics, and we represent it as the rate is directly proportional to x square. Again, rate is equal to k, that is equilibrium constant, and x power square. This is equation 1. In first case, if we suppose that rate is R1, then this R1 is equal to k x power 2. That is equation 2. Rate R1 is equal to k power x square. That is, it follows second order kinetics. After that, if it converted into in question, it is given that the concentration of X increased 3 times. Concentration of X increased 3 times. If we increase the concentration of X 3 times, then what happens? See that second times, that is R2, it is equal to K, the concentration of X is increased 3 times, that is 3x whole square, and it becomes, R2 becomes K into 9x power 2, or R2 is equal to 9k x square. Again, if you want to calculate that how will it affect the rate of formation of Y, if you increase the concentration of X by 3 times, then how will it affect the formation of Y? That is, this is equation 3rd. Again, to calculate the rate of formation of Y, or what is the effect of rate of formation of Y when you increase the concentration of X by 3 times, then that is add, divide equation 3rd by equation 2nd. We get R2 upon R1 is equal to 9k x square upon k x square. These quantities cancel each other, and we get R2 upon R1 is equal to 9 R2 is equal to 9 R. It means it becomes 9 times. And this is your answer, that the rate becomes 9 times of the initial rate. Is it clear? This is one of the important questions of your board examination, and at this pattern the questions will ask you that if the rate of one is X and it becomes 0 order or first order or second order or third order, and the concentration of one of the reactant changes into such amount, then what is the effect on the concentration or rate of the reaction? And you will simply solve these questions by using this method. Remember this method, this is an academic method. You follow all the steps to get the total marks. Don't go through shortcut way. Don't go shortcut way. You use all the steps to solve the problem. I think it is clear to all of you. There were some other kinds of conceptual problems are also asked, that is about the molecularity or about the order of reaction. And in this sequence, one of the questions is asked mostly during the examination, that what is pseudo first order reaction? What is pseudo first order reaction? Pseudo first order reaction. First order reaction. What is pseudo first order reaction? Very important questions, and it's very simple questions. What is pseudo first order reaction? How to define pseudo first order reaction? Pseudo, it means false. And you know about first order reaction, that when the concentration, when the rate depends on one of the power of the concentration of reactants. Then what is pseudo? Pseudo, it means it's not truly first order, but at certain conditions it behaves as first order reaction. Pseudo first order reaction means not truly first order. Truly first order, but at certain condition, it behaves as first order reaction. For example, if you consider about the inversion of sugar. Example, inversion of sugar. Inversion of sugar, it is a process in which hydrolysis of sugar takes place to form glucose and fructose. That is C12H22O11, this is sugar, and it reacts with water and hydrolysis H plus in presence of any small amount of acid, and it converted into C6H12O6, this is sucrose, and this is glucose, and this is fructose. Inversion of sugar, hydrolysis. When hydrolysis takes place, then sucrose converted into glucose and fructose. If you see this, you will find that in this two molecules are react. That is, two molecules are react. That if you see it, that the reaction is bimolecular. It not truly first order, but the concentration or amount of H2O is so large, or excess amount of water is present. Amount of H2O is very excess, so we can't consider it in order of these reactions. And we get only one molecule, that is sucrose, which is beside the order of this reaction. Since this reactions not truly appears as first order, but it is first order because the amount of H2O is very huge or large. It can't consider in the order of the reaction, so the reactions becomes first order. It is not truly first order, but it becomes first order, and such kind of reaction which is not truly of first order, but at certain conditions it seems or appears as first order, the reaction is known as pseudo first order reaction. One more example, that is hydrolysis of ester. In this case also, that CH3COO C2H5, it reacts with H2O and it converted into CH3COOH plus C2H5OH, and in this case, this ester converted into acetic acid and alcohol. In this case also, there are the reaction is bimolecular, but the concentration of this amount of H2 is very large. It means it presents in excess amount, so the reactions are only depends on amount of or concentration of this, and hence it is known as first order. and pseudo first order because it depends on the concentration of only Dg. So in both the reactions, it depends on the concentration of only one of the reactants, not on both of the reactants. Hence, it is known as pseudo first order reaction, because the concentration of one of the reactants is very high. So you will define it. You will define first order, zero order, pseudo first order reaction, and maximum possibility that you will get 3 to 4 marks questions from these topics which we discussed today. You will get 3 to 4 marks questions. That if you learn about first order, second order, their half-life period and their rate of reactions or time period, you will get 3 to 4 mark questions from your board examination. Okay, thank you.